You've probably been scrolling on Instagram the last few days and seen these thin, really tiny edits. Are they visual fluff, or maybe do they just perform better? Let's take a look. So in this video, I'm going to take you through how to edit one of these, how to post them online successfully, and we'll talk a little bit about why they could be good, or maybe they're annoying. If you're new here, hi, I'm Dave, a freelance creative from New Zealand. Let's dive in. Now, firstly, we need to understand why on earth these are popping off. The obvious thing is that they are just different. They're different to the typical reel or the typical 4x5 post that has been dominating Instagram for the last few years. The first half a dozen that people see online, they're going to be thinking, wait, what is this? And they'll stay and they'll watch for 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. They'll watch for longer than 3 seconds because they're a bit confused. That tells the algorithm, ooh, this post must be good because people are watching it for a longer duration of time. So then they're feeding this post to more people. So I think it's a fun, exciting new blip in the algorithm because it is different. That is the main reason. Now, creators like myself have dove into this trend because we have a lot of horizontal footage that sometimes doesn't even see the light of day because we're editing a lot of the case for vertical deliverables. Don't want to waffle anymore. Let's dive into DaVinci and I'll teach you how I made mine, but also show you how to make your own. So the first thing you probably need to do is set up your timeline. So wherever my timeline is, I will move this just to make life easy. Okay, so if I right click, jump into my timeline settings, I've set up the custom timeline resolution of 5120 by 1024. Now I know I've seen some people online say it's 1080. I don't know, this worked for me. So whatever, this is what I'm setting it to. Then you hit OK. Then we've got the timeline like you can see here. And I could scrub through my video very quickly, but I'll hit play on it just now in case. Okay, so that's it. It's pretty short, it's pretty sharp, it's like 12-second video. But for me, I just wanted to have fun and try this new trend. So I grabbed a bunch of clips. Some of these are super old. Some of these are pretty low resolution. Some of these are 1080p exports. Some of these are log clips. Some of these are 4K. It's all over the show. But if I give you an example, like let's just pick this shot here, you can see that I've positioned it a bunch. And I have gone down to my retime and scaling, and I've said scaling fill. If I just turn that off, okay, cool. So this is what the clip, I'll reset this too. Okay, this is what the clip looks like. This is what most of your clips are probably going to look like when they come into the timeline. And what you need to do is, as I said, the quickest way I found to scale it up, you could do that a few different ways, but I just thought it's so easy to click one button and you can fill them all. I highlighted all my clips and pretty much did that. Then I just didn't like where this was positioned. Like if we just loop this bit here, it's kind of like, wait, what? We can't see what on earth is going on here. So all I did was just tweak my the height of what I wanted. So if we go from here, cool, we've got some like tubes flipping in the background, a bit of eye line, cool, good. Same thing with a lot of these shots. That's random girls running through a field. You can see I've tweaked the Y value here, and that's pretty much what I did. If I jump back to the start, I just threw in my logo, had a bit of fun with it, playing with some different effects, and then just threw a mashup of work in here. And there's like construction going on outside, great. And that's pretty much it. In this shot here, for example, I tracked the, I just followed the barbell and I wanted that to be in the center of the frame at all times. So as it goes up, you just see, all I did was select my video position and hit the keyframe button and then moved it up to follow and followed it along. But besides that, these are just random exports from shoots. Pretty simple as that. But I'd recommend just a good variety of stuff and have fun with it. The only other thing that I tried was this, which this is a bunch of vertical clips. And the people who are often hating on this trend, they shoot everything vertical. So here's a random reel that I shot many moons ago, and I thought, how can I play with vertical footage like this in this format? So I went through and I played with an effect that I call, what is it called? It's called the video collage. I could make a whole video on this, but that's essentially all I've done to build this out, and then I just bring them in and take them out and just play with my logo moving around. But you don't have to do any of that. But it's finding shots like this that fit really nicely within the framework. Like if I reset this, you'll see how how random that shot is. But by the time you stretch it out, you can kind of make it work. Yeah. And some of these shots just work perfectly, you know. Like that's kind of perfect for a nice stretch out shot. Just make sure you export in the right ratio, the same one that you were editing in, you should be fine. And then when posting on Instagram, the last thing you need to remember is just post as a reel, not as a post. Make sure you post it as a reel, and then it should format in the correct way. Yes, it's trendy. Yes, this just may pass. And some people find it honestly annoying. I've had some comments in my post and even on TikTok saying, ugh, I hate this. But some of the people who've said they found it annoying, I know for a fact they just don't have horizontal footage, so they can't hop on the trend. So I'm like, are you salty, or is it just annoying? It is small and squinty and like it's fun for a few posts, but I wouldn't base my next 10 posts on social media with this. I talked about it on my Instagram about how for businesses, maybe jump in it and post once. I've seen some of the biggest accounts in New Zealand using this format, but then that's it. Get back to your regular programming. How do you educate? How do you entertain? And this is just a fun way to do it. So if you enjoyed this video, there's a link below to my freelance playbook, which is essentially all the lessons I've learned over the last 8 years as a creative here in New Zealand and how I've been able to quit my job to do this full time and earn way more than I was in my job beforehand as a photo video creative. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a good day. Peace.